Hello, Joe here from Infiniti of Tacoma. Today I'm going to tell you about this beautiful 2018 Infiniti Q60 Red Sport 400. This is our range topping model of the Q60 Red Sport. All-wheel drive, 400 horsepower, beautiful condition inside and out. This one only has 15,374 miles. This is a very good customer of ours who traded this in. He owned lots of Infinitis and he recently exchanged this one for a new Q60. A little bit of a different theme. He went from a sport luxury coupe to a full-size luxury SUV. This one is very nicely equipped with features. In fact, it's almost fully loaded. Original MSRP was $62,345. Base MSRP is $54,000. So it's always good to look at the fine prints, because maybe you might be looking at another Q60 and it might be a couple $1,000s cheaper, and you might be thinking that's a better deal. But if that's a base one and this is a loaded one, well, maybe it's not that great of a deal. And if you have any questions about build sheets, contact me. We have lots of YouTube viewers from around the country. So if you have questions about Infiniti, you want some advice. I've been with Infiniti 17 years. I know the product very well. And if you need a build sheet, you want to figure out what the options are in Infiniti you're looking at, just as long as it's a relatively newer one, like 2014, 15 and newer, I can pull these for you. So Century package, $2,250. That gives you an Infiniti navigation system, heated front seats, heated steering wheel, and remote start. The Pro Assist package was $2,250, giving you blind spot warning with rear cross traffic alert, backup collision intervention, 360-degree around view camera, front and rear parking sensors, predictive forward collision warning, forward emergency braking with pedestrian detection, and rain sensing wipers. Then we have the Proactive package. That was $2,850, giving you intelligent cruise control, direct adaptive steering, which I'll talk to you a little bit more about shortly, lane departure prevention with active lane control, distance control assist, blind spot intervention, adaptive front lighting system with auto leveling headlights, high beam assist, front pre-crash seat belts, and then an advanced climate control system that cleans and filters the air. And then you get the Eco Pedal. The Eco Pedal gives you a little bit more resistance, encouraging more economical type driving. Really nice color combination and graphite on this beautiful gallery white interior. Really nice color combination. Beautiful carbon fiber trim, and this is the real deal. It's not fake carbon fiber. Infiniti does not mess around. It looks absolutely beautiful. Okay, so we have a drive mode selector here. That will make changes to steering effort. This has a digital dynamic suspension, so also make changes to suspension settings. It'll make changes to steering. Traction stability control settings, how the transmission shifts. So we have a dual display system. The top screen is for navigation. It's for the parking camera. Obviously the drive mode selector settings will pop up there as well. You can change views, good for low speed maneuvering. You don't want to curb up those beautiful wheels or scuff those beautiful bumpers, so that camera is a big help. Then we have the tablet-like interface below, and you can also access the drive mode selector here as well. Then we have the steering. So let's talk about the direct adaptive steering. Infiniti loves to be pioneers of technology. One of the first overhead cameras, one of the first variable compression engines. Lots and lots of firsts. This one, Infiniti was the first and still is one of the only companies, I don't know if there's any other ones yet, that has a drive-by-wire steering. So under normal driving conditions, there's no mechanical connection to the front wheels. It's all handled by electric motors and computers. There's a lot of reasons why Infiniti wants to switch to a steer-by-wire system. For one, a steering rack is kind of archaic. You have a big metal tube going through the firewall down to the front wheels. It just makes it more complex to produce a vehicle, because you kind of have to build the engine around all that stuff. And then in crashes, you have to have a collapsible steering column so it doesn't impale the driver. So eventually, if they can just do away with it completely, it'll make it a lot simpler. But right now, it's a stepping stone. We still have a mechanical steering rack as a backup, so if there's a catastrophic loss of power, you won't lose your steering. There's a clutch that kicks in to automatically activate that mechanical steering rack if there's a sudden loss of power. So how does it benefit you now? Well, you have lots of great benefits, because with steer-by-wire, you can take control over the feel of the steering. You can control the steering ratio. You can make it Sport Plus, Sport Standard. You can also control the feel of it. You can make it heavier. It's almost like a video game. You can program the video game controller steering feel like in Gran Turismo. You can kind of do the same thing with this. Also, it's going to react to steering inputs a lot faster than a mechanical steering rack. And it also works with great systems. We have a lane keep assist, so that will keep you centered in your lane. It'll make small steering corrections to keep you on the highway. It'll even follow gentle bends on the highway, and combined with the adaptive cruise control, it can kind of drive itself on the highway for short bits of time, but drive itself is, you know, I guess it's a dangerous thing with Tesla's full self-driving. I guess you have to be careful what you say, but this is not an autonomous system. When you have these driver's assistance settings on, you're supposed to pay attention. It doesn't always see the car. It doesn't always work. So you have to be ready to intervene so you don't have an accident. So these systems are not supposed to take away your attention. It's supposed to kind of relieve the driver workload to kind of when you go on a long trip, you finish your trip a little bit more relaxed and not worn out with these driver's assistance settings. All right. So those are some of the benefits of the direct adaptive steering. Crosswinds, you know, if you've ever been blown around by crosswinds, the direct adaptive steering system will help cancel that out. Also, it works with the lane keep assist. Well, we talked about that. It works with the lane departure prevention, so if you start veering out of your lane, it'll steer you back in. It also works with the blind spot warning and blind spot intervention. If there's a vehicle in your blind spot, you try changing lanes, it will steer you back into your lane. Really cool stuff. Great system. We've had this direct adaptive steering system since 2014. We first saw it on the Q50, and now they offer it on the Q50, Q60, and on the QX50 and QX55. So the Red Sport has lots of sporty hardware on it. I mentioned a digital dynamic suspension. You also get this upgraded wheel and tire package, larger brakes. And man, the Q60 is such a gorgeous automobile, one of the most pretty vehicles on the road. I've never heard of anyone telling me this car is ugly. You know, maybe you can find some criticisms about the car, but the one thing you can't criticize is the way it looks. And it's just not me. You can read a lot of reviews by the automotive press, and generally they like these vehicles. Obviously they can find gripes here and there about it, but they too love the way it looks. It's a stunning automobile, and it has a lot of pedigree. It's built on the advanced front midget platform. Infiniti has been using this platform since the early 2000s, also used on the Nissan 350 and 370Z. It's a sports car based platform. They take the engine and they place it as far back behind the front axle as possible, so it's almost like a mid-engine vehicle. Helps it rotate on its axis a little bit better, improving the handling and feel through the corners. Rear-wheel drive is standard. Intelligent all-wheel drive is optional. This has the intelligent all-wheel drive system. That's also a racing-inspired all-wheel drive system derived from an early version of the Nissan Skyline GTR. Everywhere you look in this car, there's pedigree, and it's good pedigree. This all-wheel drive system is called a TASA. It stands for Advanced Total Traction Engineering System for All Terrain. It won't just improve your traction, but also improve your performance. For instance, you can get in the power a little bit earlier through corners. It can slingshot you through. And then of course with 400 horsepower and our wet slippery weather in the Pacific Northwest, it's going to greatly improve your wet weather performance versus rear wheel drive. And it's an intelligent all-wheel drive system. It uses a trick electromagnetic differential. So under normal driving conditions, it's 100% rear wheel drive. That gives you the feel of a rear wheel drive sports car, but it also helps improve gas mileage. But as soon as those rear wheels slip in a matter of milliseconds, almost instantly you can send up to 50% of the vehicle's power to the front wheels. So really an amazing all-wheel drive system. And the grand finale of the Q60 is this amazing twin turbo V6, 400 horsepower, plenty of power for a vehicle like this. Absolutely beautiful. We have some great promotions going on right now. Complimentary delivery to pretty much anywhere in Oregon and Washington. We can put this on our car hauler, tow it to your house, print up all the paperwork, and then this beautiful Q60 can be all yours without having to leave your neighborhood. Usually we can get the vehicle to you within 24 to 48 hours. And of course, if you live somewhere else, we ship nationwide as well. Thanks so much for watching this video. Hope to see you soon, and have a wonderful day.